Play with me." The doll sat on the shelf, buried under other forgotten toys, its glassy blue eyes staring out through the dust. Lucy spotted it immediately. "Her," she said, pointing. Her mother hesitated. The doll was old, its dress yellowed, its porcelain skin cracked at the corners. Its fingers, delicate and curled, were smudged with something dark. But Lucy's face lit up as she reached for it, and that was that. "Are you sure you want this one, sweetheart?" her mother asked. Lucy nodded, clutching it to her chest. The cashier gave them a strange look as he rang them up. "That's been here a long time," he said. "You sure you want it?" Lucy smiled. "She wants to come home with me." That night, the whispering started. At first, it was so soft that her mother thought it was the wind, a thin, breathy sound drifting from Lucy's room around midnight. She cracked the door open. Lucy lay curled in bed, the doll nestled under her arm. Her lips moved. Her mother stepped closer. Lucy's voice was too low to make out the words, but the rhythm was wrong. Not sleep talk. A conversation, a pause, then a quiet giggle. Her mother shivered. She shook Lucy gently. "Sweetheart, who are you talking to?" Lucy's eyes fluttered open, unfocused. "She wants to play a game," she mumbled. Her mother's stomach tightened. "Who does?" Lucy hugged the doll tighter. "Annabelle." The next night, the whispering grew louder. Lucy sat up in bed, her tiny hands clutching the doll's arms, her face inches from its cracked porcelain smile. "Okay," she whispered. "I'll play." Her mother stood frozen in the hallway, heart pounding. She turned the lights on. Lucy flinched, blinking at the sudden brightness. The doll lay limp in her lap. "Go back to sleep, honey," her mother said. Lucy hesitated. Then, slowly, she set the doll down and slid under the blankets. Her mother picked it up. Its dress felt damp, like it had been clutched too tightly for too long. She carried it downstairs, shoved it into the back of a closet, closed the door. That night, the whispering didn't stop. But it wasn't coming from Lucy's room anymore. It was coming from inside the closet. Her mother's breath hitched. She turned on every light in the hallway, threw the closet door open. The doll lay on the floor, face down. It hadn't been like that before. Her mother grabbed it, marched outside, and shoved it into the trash bin. She didn't sleep that night. Lucy woke up crying. Her mother rushed in. The bed was empty. The covers were on the floor. Lucy sat in the corner, knees pulled to her chest, rocking slightly. "Sweetheart?" Her mother knelt. "What's wrong?" Lucy lifted her head and smiled, but it wasn't her smile. Too wide, too stiff. And then, she whispered,
"Mommy, why did you throw me away?"